Okay, so here's my letter. And it reads, Dear Patrick, the temporary role at the regional office in Sheppey. I wish to inform you of my interest for the position at the regional office in Sheppey, and this letter is to request that I be considered for the temporary position. From what I can gather, help is required in ensuring that all stores comply to audit requirements, and that a selected number of stores had failed to do so in areas such as out-of-date items, fire procedures, etc. So to remedy this problem, a think tank is to be formulated with the one goal to design a more efficient way to audit all stores in their practices, and more importantly satisfy the IIA, Institute of Internal Auditors. If I were successful, I see this as a possible step to working for Audi, albeit in a behind-the-scenes capacity. So why should why should you consider me? I have excellent experience with Microsoft Excel, both at work and at home. Examples of using Microsoft Excel at work. Back when I worked in local government, I used Microsoft Excel to assist with the calculation of housing benefit for applicants on low incomes. I used prepared spreadsheets that helped calculate applicants that were either students or self-employed. See file self-employed on thumb drive, and that file looks like this. So I won't go into it, but it looks complicated, but you put figures in the blanks and calculations are produced. I didn't design this, but we used it, so I'm claiming that as part of my strings to my bow, that I knew how to use a complicated pro forma on Excel. Number 2, I input specified information pertaining to housing benefit calculations onto Excel and used the bottom tabs to break down the information into areas for easy reference. See housing benefit reference, and that one is so this is basically a factual spreadsheet. Just go on the tabs and claim the figures that you needed depending on what type of calculation you were creating. So this is how I can present information using Excel. I also design forms using MS Excel that we use across the department, such as daily stat sheets, and that looks like this. So I design that form. This displayed the type of assessment carried out by each worker, as well as the claim type, case reference and work category. This was an important task, asked specifically for me to carry out by the head of the department. This was to highlight which cases were failing to be dealt with within the government's parameters, so a foolproof method of identifying caseloads that were failing to meet the designated deadline needed to be identified, as this was causing the department to lose subsidy. This was important, and I designed it and everybody used it. Aren't I clever? Yeah, I'm clever, man. When I first started in Audi, I designed a spreadsheet that would help me when working with bread, so that when I came to work the morning bread delivery, I had a guide to refer to that would help me quickly locate where the bread type went. I entered the type of bread, i.e. farmhouse loaf, its position on the shelf, its brand, and the same was also achieved for produce delivery. Look at bread and produce file, and that one looks like this. bread, produce, bread, produce, bread. So, this was a waste of time because bread kept moving around, didn't it? But for someone who started, it was a good way of finding things quickly. Although I had 5 pallets and I had 4 printouts with me, so I didn't look like I knew what I was doing, but it did help. So shut up, Colin, it did work. Right, so now this is important because I can go here, I forget that, I can go here and I can find every single Kingsmill type bread we sold. So take all that off, and that would be that. Or I could do the same with Village Bakery and Warburton's. So basically I'm using this as a database. And with the produce I could put all my fruit if I created a column that said fruit and veg, I could put everything in fruit order and in vegetable order. But that's that particular example. Now, I also found Excel useful when making notes in Aldi. For example, I entered all the clues for the produce and was able to categorize it so that the clues pertaining to fruit and vegetables were separate. This became easier to refer to when working at the tills for a quick answer rather than looking down a long list of entries. I've just read that wrong. This became easier to refer to when working at the tills as a quick answer rather than looking down a long list of entries was far better. I hope that reads better. That doesn't sound right to me, but there we go. That's what I wrote. So that one is look at clues. Clues looks like this. This is my example, right? So it's all jumbled up: veg, fruit, fruit, veg, fruit, fruit, blah blah blah. Go into there, go into fruit, and all your fruit are together. Take that off. Go into veg, all together, and so on. It's how it was, and it's all alphabetical order. So I knew at a glance where my item was and what the clue was until I got to know it properly. So I did that. Close it off. Anyway, are examples of using Excel at home. Throughout my home study, I attained the CompTIA A+ certification in information technology. To achieve this, I would rely on using Excel on a number of occasions. Here's just 2 such examples. So I've got two here. One would be operating systems. This is going to get boring, but I'll just show you. Illustrated information that is pleasing to the eye. I did that. Close it. And then IT Essentials looks like this. All this is screen dumps in and with tabs that I could quickly go and read. So that's that one. At home, I have a spreadsheet that assists me for monitoring the household expenditure. Let's go into that one. I can see at a glance how much I have left, which direct debits have been taken from my account. I also use comments in the details to provide reference. Right. This is spreadsheet. Months and things that are coming out. And how much I put in, Terry puts in, what comes out of the joint, what comes out of my personal account. These figures are old, so but it looks quite good. Anyway, as you go through the month, you highlight the ones that already come out. So it's incomplete, but that's okay. This is up to December. Now, if you go into Netflix, there are these red triangles. If you go into them, it pops up information that I find that I put in. So this is a working spreadsheet that calculates what's left after certain figures have gone, and those are the dates of the direct debits come out. So this is what I sent to him, and we're nearly at the end. As a keen film enthusiast, I created a movie website. I have shown this before. I can just quickly show you the website. This is me, the movie collector. And if you go into any of, I've already heard you. Go into any of these sub-genres or genres, you'll get a drama film or a fantasy film or a matinee, or basically it's all my films I own in order. This front page that I've just opened up is films I want to see. You click into it and it gets big, and you come out and it goes small. That's it. Boom, boom. And I like this with the colour and the fact he's saying to me, Point Break or Bad Boys 2. Okay, so if you go into any one of these, like romance, you'll get a moving image and a different font. A moving image, different font. Moving image, different font. There we go. Right. That's my very fast look at my website that contains all my films that I own. Right, okay. But the most important thing is this movie playlist I'm talking about, which looks like this. We'll leave it this big. And that's basically the boring side of it. It's all data. It's just a database that can tell a shelf, what actor, genre, if it's a UK or a US film, the name of the film and the number of the film. All there. That is another example of using Excel. So, as you can see, I do possess a great deal of knowledge of Excel and would very much welcome the challenge of working amongst a team to better the Audi audit practices. Throughout my career, I have demonstrated the ability to work well on my own initiative, as I see myself as a highly dedicated and strongly driven individual who takes pride in his work. I also regard myself as an effective team player, as I help fellow team members to ensure that we all meet targets and deadlines. I see myself as a very energetic and dynamic person who will have no problem getting on with other people. I believe that I am well presented and possess excellent interpersonal skills, and combined with my talent for effective organisation and prioritisation. Many thanks for considering me for this excellent opportunity, and I look forward to discuss this in more detail with you, Patrick. Please find a copy of my CV attached. Blah blah blah. Right, close that. CV looks a little bit different. Where is our CV? Could it be there? Okay, let's think about this. CV, that one. Right. Close that. Open that up. So that's my 2-page CV. Nothing really changed here. But this has changed slightly. A confident, capable and resourceful person who has a positive outlook with a strong work ethic, a proven track record for remaining calm, retaining a professional manner and working under pressure. I am currently employed at Audi. Work at the till and also on the shop floor. I also have experience in working click and collect as well as manning self-service checkouts. During the COVID period, I also took control in controlling the store's capacity. I also held the highest number of positive feedbacks for anyone else in my store for 6 months, as well as being third in the region for 2 years running. Prior to this position, I was a team leader at Co-op. I ensured the smooth running and performance of the local Co-op. I managed staff efficiently and have a strong focus on customer service and satisfaction. Maintained all managerial duties. Are executed to store policy. Previously responsible for stock quality and availability, price reductions, availability of stock and organised and execute daily deliveries. Performed various, okay, blah 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 blah. But there you go. I'll send you this as a proper document so you can read it. But that's really all I did. And I have an interview. Alright, you. I know this was a little bit boring, but well done for keeping up. And that's it.